Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
This is Indy Heat on the Amiga, released by the Sales Curve in 1992. They also released it on the Atari ST and the Commodore 64. So I've been giving both those games a bang. Now, this is based on an arcade machine of the same name, released in 1991 by Leyland Corporation. I'm sure I've heard of them before. Is that the same people who did Super Off-Road? I think it is. Don't know. And it's an IndyCar game, and it's actually called Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat, but I'm guessing it wasn't called Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat in this country, because no one watches Indianapolis, and certainly wouldn't know who Danny Sullivan is. Sorry, Danny, not sorry. To be fair, all motorsports are boring as tits, if you ask me. And playing them is far more fun. So yeah, released in the arcades in 1991, and basically it's like a vastly upgraded version of Super Sprint. It's a rip-off, if you will, but then you could argue Leyland had been doing that anyway with their other driving games, such as Super Off-Road. Now, it's also ported to the NES, and what's interesting about that is the NES version was ported by Rare. Excuse me, I have just had dinner. Which means I will definitely play now. There's 14 tracks and basically 4 players, 2 on joystick, 1 on keyboard and 1 is computer. On the home computers, at least on this Amiga version. And what you do is you lap, but you can take damage as you lap, so then you have to pit when it tells you to pit, or your car becomes all banged up and doesn't perform, and ultimately can crash, fail, blow up and stuff like that. You win money, you can upgrade your car, etc, etc, etc. Like I said, Super Sprint on steroids, but constantly shows up in top 10 best of lists on the Amiga, particularly driving games. I just find it really intimidating. I've played it a couple of times and I got absolutely destroyed, but since I've been asked to play it again, I thought I'd give it another go. So, we basically have rotate left, rotate right, tank controls, and accelerate. So let's get into this. Gasoline Alley, stupidest name ever. Skip, 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 skip to the end. Right, so, enter name, because why not, when in Rome, invade other countries? See what I did there? Oh, hang on, not allowed to spell my name. Right, choose driver, which is, if they're not licensed, irrelevant. I'm always one of them, Danny Sullivan, but then I put my own name in, so it doesn't matter. I'm going with a bird because hashtag diversity. Right, so we've got 100 grand. That's the track to the right, just beneath the top right hand corner where it says next. And then we have so tour bus, brakes, tyres, crew. It's the start. Obviously you can see the other players if they wanted to kick in. So I'm just going to go with CPU's choices. Hopefully he won't do me over. Start next race. Simples. Right, so I'm the red car. I'm bottom right hand corner. Now, this is my problem with it. It's very cramped and claustrophobic, and you cannot avoid collisions, which I know it's an arcade machine, so you could argue that's kind of somewhat the point, but it just means you just get smashed to bits and can't perform. I've got a pit now, see, it's told me to pit. And your car blows up. See, look, it's getting all banged up and shit. Go in the pit automatically, like that. But don't accelerate or it takes you off the pit. Let them do their shit. And you can see my information in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Go up. Now obviously they will all have to pit at some point, so there is a level of fairness or equality, I guess you could argue. Everyone's car's got a backfire. I don't know, it doesn't have the charm of Super Sprint to me for some reason. I guess because they've introduced this pit mechanic to try something different, but I just find it cumbersome. I'm not saying it's a terrible game. I'm just saying it's not my bag, baby. Right, can I I'm not sure the legality, the legitimacy of that. I have no idea how I've done. It's really hard to keep tabs of where you are and how you're performing because of all the pitage, and I was shit. So do we ignore when it tells us to pit? And I don't know, is there like an element of strategy where you decide to or not to push your lead, which obviously I never had. Right, we got a different track. Don't know. Race 2. Yeah, I think we have. Okay. Comedic sound effects ensue. Start race. Right. Is it going to do like... Am I going the other way? No. It is nice graphics. I mean, it is better graphics than Super Sprint because of the forced perspective, I guess. Why has everyone's car got a backfire? Do you want me to pit? You the boss. Haha! Oh, have I broken it? I can't pit because I overshot my pitage. And now my car's wanked. That seems a bit broken. There we go. Weird. I know, I'm fucked. See what I mean? Too cramped, too claustrophobic. I'd have to look it up on MAME to see if how accurate this is to the arcade and whether the arcade is this cramped. But then you'd have a big fat fucking analog steering wheel, wouldn't you? Which would give you far better precision of going round, basically, an oval, than digital controls. Perish the thoughts. Americans embrace corners. No offence, America. But it's true. So what happens then if it finishes and I'm in the pits? It loads. That's what happens. Oh, third. I do like the music. George Lucas won though. That's impressive. And he had a chin then as well. Of sorts. It's not one at the boat though, Dave. 20 points, under average. I was pushing 200. Okay, this is the 1200 version as well, so I don't know. Is it on the A500? Do I just keep going with... I'm probably going to get slaughtered. I've just looked at the track. I am going to get slaughtered. We're in Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to tune my fucking car. We always go the same way though. Look at this. I'll never complain about how difficult I've found championships and Super Sprint. I get, difficult I found them again. Oh! Where does it tell you to pit? I'm pit. I'm just doing it because everyone else does. Peer group pressure and shit. See what I mean? If I'm stuck behind him, then I can't get around. That's not fair. He's got an advantage just because his pit square's in front of me, or pit lane, or pit stop, or whatever the fuck it is. I didn't want to do that. You gotta go around. It's really, he just ran me out. I can see it's a charm and stuff like that. It's just, it's not for me. I am going to play all the other versions though. Oh! Do I have a turbo? I'd have to press a keyboard command, but I don't want to. Mainly because it's on the floor over there. Oh, my car's wanked. See? And now I'm just going to get destroyed because I can't get by them. Or they can't get by me, but... Can he limp it in? Can he limp it in? If I can limp this in, you get some points, game. I know, you wouldn't... Oh, that's fucking annoying as tits. It's just too cramped. I mean, if you like this, good for you. We all need life goals, but it's not for me. There is a little sense of euphorism Euphoria, when you do sneak a little pass in, I'm not going to lie, but that's just games in general, isn't it? What did I do? Got to be last. Oh, the anticipation. Third. Okay. One more go. George Lucas won again, no way. I'm going to have to play the arcade game, though. Like I said, I'll see if I can play the Commodore 64 version. Definitely want to play the NES version, because it's by Rare. I want to play the Atari ST version, but I'll have to play the arcade version as well, won't I? So we have a sense of perspective, context, if you will. Skip, skip, skip. Skip to the end. Oh, we're going the other way. It's too much going on for my eyes. I cannot work out. It's not clean enough. It looks cool, I know, but it's just a very messy image. A track. I can't take this in. I can't talk. Are these real tracks? Simplified down, obviously, because of the type of game it is, but are they real tracks? See, I was doing alright then, but you can't not hit him. Oh, I've got pit. Means technically I've got to take it easy now, have I not? Have I got a pit? Yeah, because, I don't know, my pit lane's always highlighted, isn't it? I don't like how precise you got to be with the fucking pit. That's stupid. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but it doesn't really work for a game like this, does it? Just give me a big fat energy bar, and then, you know what? If I die, I die. But to constantly have to go into the pit, I find a little bit irritating. I mean, I can see why people like it, because people like shit like this, don't they? But then some people like fucking Grand Prix Simulator and BMX Simulator, don't they? How many more tracks? Oh, cars all banged up. See what I mean? I could technically turn around and just drive back the wrong way down the track. That would certainly make Indianapolis more fucking interesting, wouldn't it? I'd watch it then. Or is it a fuel thing? Come on. You can't, I couldn't even line it up. I couldn't even line it up. Indy Heat, or Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat, if you will, on the Amiga. Hey, do you know what? George Lucas won again. It looks alright, just the pit mechanic doesn't really do it for me, because the tracks are too cramped and you can't avoid taking an absolute brutal amount of damage, which I know you're going to argue is, well, that's the whole point of the game, but yeah, not for me. But if you had this back in the day and you loved it, I'd love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.